Good morning, adventurers.
Good morning.
From another day on the largest cruise ship in the world.
This big old behemoth is the icon of the seas.
Yeah, the ship has a gross tonnage of 250,000 and it can hold up to 7,600 passengers and 2,300 crew members. So that means you can have up to 3 passengers for every 1 crew member. And from front to back, this ship is about 1,200 feet long. So you guys got a little bit of a teaser in our last video when we boarded the ship.
Yeah, but now that we've had a few days to explore and wander around, we are gonna show you everything on board the world's largest cruise ship. So we already told you guys that this ship is really freaking long. I mean, I don't know if you could see. You probably can't even tell where the end of it is down there. Just to illustrate how ridiculously big this is, we're gonna do a little time lapse, walking the whole floor.
Yeah.
Give you an idea.
This is gonna take a while.
Yeah.
Onward. Guys, we're only about halfway through and it literally just feels like this goes on forever. Look how long the hall still is.
You definitely get your steps on board.
All right, keep going.
Okay.
We did it.
We made it to the end.
And it turns into the ultimate family suite. Oh, this is like one of the expensive suites.
Oh my God.
Wow.
That was a lot.
Yeah, that was 5 straight minutes of walking.
We have decided to start the tour at probably our favorite place on the entire ship.
It also might be the most unique part of the ship because it's this huge dome that sits on the front of it. I told you this ship had some crazy engineering.
Oh yeah, this is wild and I love it because you get all the views of being outside without having to be outside, and it is usually way more chill in here. All the other outdoor areas are usually close to the pool. There's a lot of screaming and music. And as you can see, this is a very nice vibe.
Yeah, they have all this colorful seating that just kind of follows the edge of the dome, so it's a very cool place to come and chill. We've actually been able to get some work done here. They have some outlets in a couple little select spots, you know? Hi.
Oh, you know.
Oh.
Hi.
This woman was waving to us and I didn't know what was happening, but she watches us.
In this adventure, this ride, oh my God, I can't believe it.
That is so funny.
That's cool.
We're doing
Great, how are you?
Good. Are y'all enjoying your cruise?
Yeah. It was really funny. I guess there are viewers over there and they recognized us filming.
Yeah, so Tanya, if you're watching, she's right over there, but if she's watching, thanks for saying hi.
Yes. But anyway, if you want a super chill spot with a great bar, the best views ever, come to the Overlook bar and just take it all in.
Next up, we came to the middle of the ship to the 1400 bar in the Royal Caribbean fleet. I guess each one has a number. This one is the 1400. And this is one of the simpler bars on the ship, but there is a very special cocktail that they make here.
This bar has a drink menu, but it also features a lot of fun facts about all of the ships.
So this is what the ship looked like in 1982. I mean, I'm sure it was pretty impressive for the time.
And then you keep going, and now this is what it looks like. It's basically a floating amusement park now. And we actually just learned that the dome is the largest freestanding dome at sea.
Yeah, how many freestanding domes are there at sea? I wouldn't think there's too many.
Maybe there's just one, but it's also the biggest and best. Well, we've officially found the second biggest dome at sea. This is called the 1400, and it is an homage to the dome. As you can see, there's a beautiful dome of shimmering pearl syrup on top. I love when science accompanies my cocktail.
Now what?
Oh!
That was incredible.
That's not what I thought was gonna happen. Oh, that was really smoky. That's cool.
Well, taste it at least.
It tastes like almost like a vanilla margarita. Oh my God, that's a delight.
in case you guys haven't had your fill of domes, we found another dome. So this is considered a sculpture. It is kind of the centerpiece of the ship. It actually lives right dead center, I think.
This is actually the first thing you see when you board the ship,
Yeah.
is this big dome.
If you look closely, all those little panels that you see are actually kind of rippling. And if you speed up the footage a little bit, it looks really cool because it all spirals into the top. I think it's gonna be white night later tonight. That's why everyone's dressed in white.
Well, Eric didn't have any white, so he's in black. So I wear black and white in solidarity.
I don't know why I buy white stuff. I spill some ketchup on it and then it's ruined, just like that.
All right, but I guess enough with the big old balls. I guess we'll move on this tour.
It's a dome, come on.
It's a ball.
It's a ball.
Speaking of the center of the ship, this is actually the Royal Promenade, which is the center of the ship. It's this multi-layer.
Did we say this is the center of the ship?
And did we say domes enough?
This is also where the party happens.
This is,
There's a band bumping right there every single night.
but it makes for great people watching. There are also tons of bars and restaurants, cafes, everything.
Yeah, there's a karaoke place down there. There's a pizza place down there. So it's almost like the heart of the city or something, you know?
It really feels like you're in a multi-level city here. You just walk around, it's like walking the streets of a big metropolitan area. It's really cool. All right, so while the promenade is like really cool, it's hip, and if you want to go do some disco and stuff down there, that's cool and all, but if you want to take it down a notch and potentially be even more central, you can come to Central Park.
Good one.
It is Central Park.
Yeah, this actually might be closer to the center of the ship than the promenade.
It is. So this is the 8th floor. The promenade was the 6th and 7th floor.
Oh, so you're thinking central like this,
well, it's
up and down.
centered there and on the ship.
Oh.
But this is probably the most striking part of the ship. When you walk out here, it's an actual park. These are all real plants going up the walls, lining the walkway and everything. This ship's a bit unique in that you can have a balcony room that looks either out to the water or to the interior. So you could actually have a balcony that overlooks Central Park. It's lovely. You can have dinner and a drink and a nice walk through the park.
Which is exactly what we're about to do. Go that way.
Onward.
Well, you got all your stuff here.
I know. I never know if you're like cutting
I
it
know.
there or... Okay.
Now you can
Let me
walk.
just grab all my things.
Bye-bye.
I also did some shopping tonight.
Party elevator.
Well, you never know what you're gonna find on this ship. That was like
That was random.
a piano guy in the elevator going to frickin' town,
That
man.
guy had some skills,
I
huh?
know, he was so excited.
That was like classic ragtime, you know?
How long does he have to be in there for?
Forever.
It's his punishment.
He's in hell. For our entertainment.
Yeah, for our entertainment.
They got me, y'all. I thought that was a guy actually taking photos over there, but it's just another mannequin. They have these goofy little mannequin statue things all over the ship. You can do like a little scavenger hunt to try to find them all. There's a bunch right here that are diving off into nothing. They probably should have put that over the pool,
To
I
their
would think.
death, I
Yeah, to
guess?
their death. But keep your eyes out when you're roaming around the ship and you'll see them. They might spook you for a second though. They look really real from afar, or after a few drinks, maybe.
This ship officially has the coolest elevator system we've ever seen. You select your deck 8, boop, and then it tells you what elevator to go to. There's A through J.
So that means you don't have to click a random elevator, not knowing what floor it's on, how long it's gonna take. It's a very smart system.
It is
That's
really
what she's
cool
trying to
because,
say.
yeah, otherwise you'd be waiting here all night long. We've officially set sail again and we came to the back of the ship to get some views, and oh my gosh, you guys, it looks fake. Like you built it in some app that only like a crazy person's mind could concoct.
Yeah, it looks like Tron at sea.
I can't believe this is real life. It's wild. This ship has the most amazing artwork that we have ever seen. And by that, I mean, we've never noticed artwork on any other ship that we've ever been on, but every stairwell has incredible prints like this.
Every single time we walk up a new stairwell, we see a new unique piece of artwork. And not just that, all throughout the ship, there's just all these different sculptures. It makes the whole thing feel like it's half ship, half art gallery. And this is a whole series that they have on the ship. On select floors, you're gonna see a different version of this where the outfit matches the background. It's freaking awesome.
I wish they would sell these though.
Oh yeah, they're not for sale. Because this would look awesome in our tiny house.
Yeah, I think this would set the vibe. I would model the entire house off of this print right here, if I could have it. If you're like us, coffee is one of the most important things to you in the entire world. At least it is to us. One sad thing about cruising is that the coffee is usually not very great.
Yeah.
Especially the espresso selection. That is not a problem for us on this cruise ship because included with the drink package comes the Park Cafe. Y'all.
Pearl Cafe.
The Pearl? Oh,
Yeah.
Pearl?
You've been coming here every day. You don't know the name of it?
I think there is a place called the Park Cafe, but it's in Central Park.
Well, this is the Pearl
This is
Cafe.
the Pearl. So they have a real Starbucks that serves all of their specialty drinks. But see, here they serve Starbucks. It's the exact same stuff. It's just included in your package. You don't have to pay for it.
Yeah, so why go to the Starbucks and
When
pay
you-
for it when it's literally the same coffee?
Real Starbucks. And look, they even have cheeky little egg bites like they do at Starbucks. Well, the housekeepers are on it here, y'all. We went out for coffee and we were only gone for maybe 30, 45 minutes, and they came and cleaned our entire room. So we figured this would be a good time to give you a stateroom tour.
When our room is not in a state of disarray.
Yes.
Was that funny?
What is
Stateroom.
Oh, was not in a state of, I see. This is a balcony sea view room, and boy oh boy, it's an upgrade from the very first cruise we went on. If you guys remember, I think that was almost a decade ago. We were in an interior room with just twin bunk beds. There were 4 of us. There
It was
no
brutal.
view. It was rough. But now, this feels like luxury. It's a huge freaking bed. They also have a big couch that will turn into yet another bed. We have a whole little like chill office area. Lots and lots of storage.
They have these huge cabinets in the back where you can actually hang up all your clothes. They have this little basket area where we've just been putting all the little random things that usually are on the desk.
And then they have a huge cavity under the bed where we have slid our suitcases.
The lighting in this room is on point. It is all indirect lighting, so you never have a glaring bulb pointing at you. They have these little cubbies here with this recessed lighting. Looks amazing. I am in love with these lights that are kind of like built into the wall. I really want to do something like this maybe in the bathroom on our tiny house. What do you think?
Yes, please.
It is so cool.
And of course, because it's the future, you can control everything from this little device. So you can set the temperature. You can also manipulate the lighting. So if it's early morning, all right, dimming a little bit. There's an evening mode. Ooh. Then there's a movie mode.
Oh, perfect.
Because as you can see, there's a huge freaking TV here. And then you go to sleep and they all turn off.
Good night.
Bye.
The bathroom in the stateroom is friggin' awesome. First off, it's huge. It's got a ton of room in it. There's so much storage in here. They have these shelves over behind the toilet. They have these shelves over here next to the sink. They've got a bunch of little cubbies and drawers underneath the sink. And then I love the way the shower works. The door opens on this hinge system so it doesn't like swing into the bathroom area and hit the toilet or take up a bunch more space. And the shower is awesome. It feels like it's brand new. It's spotlessly clean. The temperature's amazing. The pressure's amazing. It all just works perfectly, you guys. But there is a terrifying creature lurking in the deep. That's the sound that you hear every single time you flush this toilet.
Pretty horrifying.
It is horrifying. Sounds like a dragon. And then of course there is the most important feature of this room, which is the balcony. It's actually really bare bones, super simple, but it's not like that really matters because the whole point is the view of the ocean. Sometimes I sit out here just pondering the vastness of it. That's my favorite thing about cruising is you look out and it's just nothing.
For days and days.
Yeah, I'd like to say it gives you an idea of just how big the ocean is, but it really doesn't. Like you can't really conceptualize it even looking at it. Should I go for a dip?
Yeah, I think so.
The other night we were thinking if you fell into the water, how quickly would you just slowly drift? Within about 60 seconds, you'd be way behind the ship. That'd be scary.
So it's pretty easy to be very gluttonous and lazy on this cruise, but we're trying to combat that by only taking the stairs and by trying to eat healthy-ish sometimes, and there is a very special spot we have in mind to do just that. But it is sadly on the 16th floor. Our stateroom's on the 8th floor, so we got a lot of stairs to climb.
It's good for you though. Keep that butt in shape.
That's what I need, that cool booty. Oops, I goofed up. I took us all the way up to the 16th floor. We actually needed to be down on the 14th. Yay, more stairs! See? Health in a glass, and it completely erases all of the desserts and the alcohol and the meat and the cheese and the other things that we've eaten.
So this little hidden gem is the Vitality Cafe. It has fresh fruits and vegetables that they juice right before your eyes, put into a cup, and then serve to you. Yes. And it's delicious.
It's so good. You can also do fresh fruit smoothies, everything. And if you get the drink package, it's included.
I'm always afraid to eat or drink beets.
I know.
Tell them why. They already know probably.
They stain you inside and out.
Yeah, and when you forget that this is what you had early in the morning, and then late in the night, you see some red, it kind of freaks you out.
Try to go to the ship doctor because you think you're dying.
Okay, well, it's already TMI, so we'll move on.
Let's beat it.
Beat it because it was beets?
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, let's get out of here beating a dead horse.
So up till now, you guys have seen just a teaser of what they actually have on board this ship, but there is so much more. First up, they have a gigantic outdoor mini golf course. That went 2 holes over. What the heck? They also have a casino, which is easily the biggest casino we've ever seen on a cruise ship. This thing is just freaking massive. But I'm not gonna spend much more time in here because I've already lost 200 bucks at the craps table. And I don't wanna lose any more.
Would you say you're crap at craps?
Yeah, I really crapped out in the casino. If you go up top, they even have this huge court where you can play pickleball, you can play soccer, you can also play a little bit of basketball. There's nothing but net, and then there's nothing but air. I'm more of a nothing but air type of guy.
And if you haven't had your fill of sweets yet, they have an entire freaking candy shop, y'all. This is a child's dream come true.
They even have a rock wall. Let's see what I can do. I'm coming after that bell. It's a little terrifying, not gonna lie. You just keep getting higher and higher. Almost there. Almost there. Gotta ring that bell. Yes! I did it. Now the scary part, I gotta fall backwards. Woohoo! Yes! My arms are dead. That was really hard.
And if you ever get tired of taking the stairs and the elevators are just too dang boring, you can always take the slide. Oh my god. That might be the worst slide I've ever been on. I've never had to do so much work in a slide.
Yeah, maybe we'll stick to the stairs.
Yeah, the stairs are good. They have a dang milkshake bar, but they don't make just normal milkshakes here. They make these beautiful abominations that no human should probably consume, but we're on a cruise, so the heck with it. It's a strawberry milkshake with whipped cream and a scoop of vanilla ice cream, a sour straw, a strawberry macaron. I think the straw is even a strawberry edible straw. Oh my god. I'm not usually one for sweets, but I'm into this. I'm digging this. Oh my god, it's so sweet.
I'll have this cheeky little macaron.
Yes. Oh my god. We're gonna have to get a lot more steps in today. Holy moly. There ain't no piano man, so I'll make my own music in my head. Nailed it. Woo! Lap 193.
Keep dreaming.
Just kidding. There is, though, an epic jogging track. 2.5 laps on this is 1 mile. That's how big this ship is, you guys. You just have to run around it 2.5 times.
Backwards, man. Also, this is where the lifeboats are, and they are really freaking cool. Apparently, they can fit 450 people in this thing. What?
That's so many people. These look so tiny. You guys, there's a dog that lives on the ship. Her name is Rover, and she'll just randomly come around to say hi. my God. Such a good girl. So as you guys have seen, there is a lot to do on this ship. But one thing we haven't gotten into yet are the pools. There are approximately 7 million pools on here. And by that I mean just 7. But there are 7 pools, y'all. So that means on your 7-day cruise, you can go to a new pool every single day. Today is a port day, which means that there are far fewer people on board, which also means the Beelers are getting wet today. And by that I mean we're gonna go get in all of those 7 pools.
I didn't tell her to say any of this. She's just on autopilot at this point.
I might have had a very strong coffee this morning, so I'm ready.
But no booze yet.
No booze, but we're about to rectify that at the swim up bar. That's me swimming up.
Okay, lead the way.
This way. So it turns out a lot of people stayed behind and had the same idea as us, just to have a nice relaxing pool day, which means most of the pools are pretty packed. But there is an 18 and older pool, infinity style, at the back of the ship, and it is pretty chill today, so that is where we will be staying.
So obviously we could just chill by the pool and relax all day, but we're not gonna do that because they have a full-on water park on this ship. Are you ready to experience Thrill Island?
Maybe I should have had one more adult beverage.
Yeah. Allison is not an adrenaline junkie. I say I'm an adrenaline junkie light, but she definitely is not. So you're going first.
Yeah, of course. That's what always happens. He's like, I gotta get the shot, so you have to go do all of them.
You do all the slides, I'll film it. Let's go. Just close your eyes.
Legs crossed.
Ready?
Sure.
3, 2, 1.
How was that?
Like shaking. Horrifying, but it goes by very quickly,
Yeah.
luckily. I just remembered, like halfway through, I was like not breathing. I hadn't opened my eyes and I was like, I'm dying, I'm suffocating, I can't see anything. And then I opened my eyes and took a breath and it was fine. And then it was over. Woo!
You did it though.
I did it.
Nice job.
Oh my gosh, you guys. I think this might be the biggest buffet we've ever been in our entire lives. This is called the Windjammer, and you can get breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and everything in between at this buffet.
Basically, any time of day you come here, there's going to be so much food you can't even wrap your head around it.
No, and it takes up like the entire back quarter of the ship. Today, they had a DIY nacho bar, so I went all in on that. You could be healthy. They've got a whole salad bar, they got a fruit bar, they got a grill, they got steaks cooking back there. I mean, you can get anything and everything your heart desires. And the dessert station is just absolutely beautiful. I do not know how they make such pristine, amazing little treats on this ship.
I swear they must have like a food 3D printer back there or something.
It really looks like it's some of the prettiest desserts we've ever seen. If the buffet is not your jam, your windjammer.
I knew you were gonna say.
You gotta make these jokes, right? This ship is really cool because there's actually a whole other market. It's called the Aquadome Market. It's almost like food stalls. So they have a Greek place, they have a taco place, they have an Asian place. They even have a freaking mac and cheese bar over there. And maybe the best thing, they have a DIY crepe station.
Well, it's not really DIY, it's more custom, but the guy builds it for you.
So do it himself, H.
You can also come to the Park Cafe, which is in Central Park. They have a bunch of delicious fresh options like salads, they'll carve roast beef for you. But this is my personal favorite. They make a mean Cuban sandwich. It's one of the best things I've eaten on the ship.
There are a lot of ways to be entertained on this ship, but the live shows might take the freaking cake. So tonight we're watching the Aqua Show, and we have heard about this all week. We've walked through and they've been practicing. I think there's gonna be a lot of acrobatics and a lot of things where we think people are gonna die and then they hopefully do not. And just like that, we are back on dry land. But we really enjoyed being seamen for a week.
I can't say that with a straight face.
You can't. Y'all, we really tried to show you every single thing on this ship, but as you can see, it's huge. There's so much. So I think there are still some nooks and crannies
Yeah,
that we could
I think we honestly got to about 60%.
I think so.
There's a lot more.
I think you would need to cruise it for many weeks at a time to find it all.
But it was a blast. 7 days of living in a fantasy land, of seemingly free drinks everywhere, entertainment 24/7. We're very tired. We're kind of like no energy right now because of all this. So,
Yeah, so
I think we're gonna wrap it up.
Big coffees, but we still have a couple more things I think we're gonna do here in Florida before we hit the road, both domestically and internationally.
Yeah, we have some epic adventures coming up. So, as usual, stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Okay, goodbye, adventurers.
We'll see you on the road.